If you own a home, do not look at a sewer inspection as an upsell. It is a necessity. This root intrusion right here is the reason this customer had to call us on an emergency, which led to his entire yard being dug up the very next morning. We're out here the night before making sure that this is marked with white spray paint. We called in an emergency dig safe to get the utilities marked because when you're excavating, you have to be protected. You can't just drop a bucket in the ground and hope for the best. This is making sure that we do not damage any utilities in the ground. We're getting the excavator in place now to expose the problem. What we found was a 4-inch SDR line coming from the house that transitions into 6-inch clay pipe heading to the city main. The underside of this transition was completely rotted out and broken, and we've got this section cut out so we can actually get our equipment down the line and see what else is hiding behind there down the street. Once we get this pipe cut and open and removed, we're going to be dropping some more camera equipment down the line, and then our monitor and our equipment will show us that the problem doesn't stop at this break right here. We found another massive root intrusion a few feet down, further down towards the city main. This is why we're not just going to patch the visible break here. We're going to inspect the entire run, making sure that we're providing a full long-term solution. If we didn't look further down this line, we'd be back here in 6 months digging the same hole. We're marking the secondary spot and prepping to extend the trench. Now that the camera confirmed exactly where that secondary break is, we're opening up the rest of the run. The trench here is only 4 feet down, so we've got plenty of room to get in there and get a clean cut on that existing clay pipe. Now that we got this trench dug out a little bit further, that pipe exposed a little bit more and cut, we can now make our repair. We're dealing with 6-inch clay. Clay has a much thicker wall and a larger outside diameter than plastic that we're putting back in. And to bridge that gap, we're using a 6-inch max adapter coupling with a 6x4 PVC bushing seated inside that max adapter coupling. This isn't just a basic adapter. It's designed to eliminate the step between the two different pipe materials. We're dropping in about a 6-foot length of brand new 4-inch PVC pipe to close the gap. To tie back into the house side with the SDR, we're using another 4-inch max adapter. These couplings are shear rated, meaning that they have heavy-duty stainless steel band that locks the two pipes into a single rigid unit. That steel reinforcement is with what keeps the line from sagging or shifting independently once the ground starts to settle after the backfill. It's the only way to guarantee a permanent straight line repair. Once we get this new line installed, we're going to be testing it by running fixtures inside the home and going to be bedding it with crushed stone. You never want to throw native soil or heavy rocks directly onto the new line because it creates a point loading that can crack the pipe. We're chinking the stone underneath it to give it a solid cradle, ensuring that it stays exactly where we set it. We're finishing up the backfill and getting this yard back to grade. Don't wait for a backup to find out your sewer is failing. Get an inspection and do it right the first time.